Action.
Hi, my name's Trevor Russell, and my intention here is to be interviewing business superheroes, people that are doing great things in business, being of service to business owners such as yourself, so you get to win in the game of business. Today I'm interviewing Ian McManus, the Managing Director for My Business Manager. Hey Ian.
Hey Trevor, how are you?
Good, thanks. Ian, with our intention to be able to provide valuable information to business owners so their businesses can run more effectively, less stress, have more time, make more money, all the things that we want in business, right? Yeah. You've come up with a really innovative software solution called My Business Manager, and it'd be great to hear more about My Business Manager and what it does to help businesses. So maybe you could start by sharing a little bit about yourself,
Sure.
Your background, and what led you to designing My Business Manager.
Sure. Well, originally my background was in corporate, and so I saw the way that successful businesses actually are able to run. And then when I retired when I was 38, lived in Noosa for a little while, and then I started buying small businesses, and suddenly I realised how tough those guys do it. They've got no one to help them. If you get a great accountant, you're very lucky, but usually there are very few tools. So I thought of this idea where MYOB, QuickBooks and Xero have a lot of data, but it's structured in a way that it's mainly for tax and for invoicing. And then there's also a lot of other data that a business does, and it's not being captured at all. So the idea was, created My Business Manager. It sucks the information out of MYOB, QuickBooks and Xero and Sage 50, and that gives you the financial data. And then we've got a web application where you key in all your activity data, number of jobs, number of hours you work, number of hours you get billed, all those sorts of things. And then the next thing we do is we run a set of dashboards and reports that brings all that data together in a graphical form that business people can understand.
Wow.
So we use red and green arrows, so you kind of go good result, bad result, and we do trend analysis to show where the business is going.
Yep.
Sometimes, sales are going really well, but your profit's going down. Well, that's because usually you're discounting.
Okay.
So, it highlights all those kind of areas.
Okay, so what we've got is if we were to say we've got My Business Manager at the top,
yep.
And it's a software program,
yes.
that links to any accounting system that a business owner is running, and what it does is it goes and accesses specific information from whatever accounting system they're running and recreates the data in an easy to understand format so that they can very quickly and easily know the key performance indicators of their business, where they're at, where they're going. Yeah,
all the critical items like accounts receivable, accounts payable. Usually when you're making a lot of money, you wonder where the profit's going. It's going into receivables, accounts payable and inventory, or expenses. So we actually give a very deep analysis of those areas. And then we actually do dashboards because people are very graphical these days. So we do these graphical dashboards that you can show people, you can show your accountant and say, why is this? And suddenly you're now managing and working on your business for the first time.
So I would have assumed that accounting software systems such as MYOB or Quicken would already provide these types of graphical reporting and these tools, but what I'm hearing is maybe they don't.
No, they don't. The data is in there, but traditionally they started as a way of knowing how much tax you owe the government.
Okay.
And that's actually, and then to do that you had to include invoicing and stock control. But all the rest of the reports are gained around how many invoices you made, how much stock you have, and how much tax you owe.
Okay, great.
You would think so, but that's actually not the case.
Okay, so with My Business Manager, even though it sounds like it's got a fantastic solution for people to be able to very quickly and easily access the important data that helps them run their business effectively, what I find working with business owners, it's one thing having a great tool, it's another thing using it.
Yeah.
In your service, what do you offer in the way of people being able to easily get trained in the system or be able to access and use it? How can you support people in that area?
Well, we've done that a couple of ways actually. In the architecture of the software itself, we've taken into account making it easy to use and easy to understand. I think that's the key to everything these days. So it's self-install.
Yep.
And if you need help, I've got a support team on hand immediately.
Yep.
If you need us to do it for you, we actually have a service where we dial into your computer and we actually do it for you, and the first set of reports comes out in the first half hour, which is amazing. You know, they've never seen these things before. And then after that, we've actually got a whole bunch of accountants and consultants that are available to help if your own accountant or your own bookkeeper can't help you.
Okay, great. So as a business owner, what would you say in relation to the My Business Manager business solution would be, say, a couple of their main pain points that they've experienced?
Yeah, cash flow.
Cash flow?
Number one, they say cash flow is king. It's always cash flow is king.
So knowing where they're at from a cash flow perspective and where they're going?
And where they're going. Because, you know, if you've got liabilities due next month, you need to know you've got money in the bank to cover those liabilities.
Okay, and My Business Manager provides a solution with regard to how it displays and helps business owners manage the financial aspect of their business in that area.
Yeah, we've got a really nice budgeting module, and I know most people don't do budgeting modules, but if you don't do budgeting, but if you don't do budgeting, how do you know where you're going, and how do you know how much you are aiming to earn? So we've got a really nice budgeting module where we can import the data from last year, for example, or even can't think of the word, projected from this year, and actually we can then show you, we can project it forward and create a budget.
So what you're telling me is that to help a business owner be successful, if they did cash flow projections moving forward, that they could know where they're at and actually have a pathway to get there.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like a really good thing, Ian. Joke. Because what I notice with accountants is, and no offence to accountants, they're a great accountants, I've got a great accountant, is very often with financial data, people are looking back, not looking forward. Yeah. Because it's more thinking, right? It's more work. Yeah. And what you're saying is My Business Manager as a business tool can really help them do that.
Yeah. They're looking back because of the tax implications. Yeah. You're always paying tax for the periods that have gone by. Yeah. The most important thing business owners need to know is how they go forward. Yeah. And if you've got your receivables under control, your inventory under control, payables under control, your expenses under control, and you know where your revenue's going, I run a blog called A Business is a Formula. Okay, so what is that blog, Ian? A Business is a Formula. Okay. And I genuinely believe it's a formula. Okay. The challenge is it's different for every single business. Sure, but that would then come down to you or your consultants having a talk to someone who's interested. Okay, so Ian, if someone wants to talk to you about My Business Manager or sign up for a free trial, how can someone do that? Okay, we've got a website, www.mybusinessmanager.com. Yep. And on that site there's actually a couple of phone numbers if you wanted to talk to me personally, or Ian@mybusinessmanager.com. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Trevor. Great for the chat. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.